Hello and welcome back to Just a Conversation. I'm your host, Montreal. Today we're talking about those moments when you stop and think, why does this keep happening to me? Different faces, same misunderstandings. Same person, just a different moment of feeling unseen. Sometimes it's the way you're interpreted. They can't seem to meet you with compassion, perspective, or presence. Or maybe it's a new job, same discomfort, or the same job, just a different location, but you seem to always be met with the same discomfort. Even when a fresh start presents itself, somehow it feels familiar. That's not random, it's a pattern, a cycle. And if you're tired of being in that loop, you're not the only one. Patterns and cycles aren't just signs that something is wrong. They're some of the most profound teachers we'll ever encounter. They show us where there's still healing, where we may be still holding on or still learning something. So, in this episode, we are going to go a little deeper to see what's really going on underneath it all and how to shift it. Let's start with what patterns and cycles really are, because they're not the same thing. Patterns are internal, it's how we think, feel, or react. Cycles are external, it's what keeps showing up in our life. So, take for instance, if you believe deep down that love must be earned, you might attract people who make you work for it. Or if you fear being seen, you might self sabotage right when things are about to take off. In short, patterns create the blueprint, cycles are the outcome. Once we understand that, we start to see how we hold the power in transforming these things. Now, you might wonder, if it hurts so much, why do we keep repeating these things? Well, because they didn't start out as problems. They started out as protection. Maybe you were taught to shrink yourself to stay safe, or maybe love was inconsistent, so chaos feels familiar. Maybe you never had your feelings fully seen or heard. At some point, that pattern helped you to survive, but now it's just outdated and holding you back. Acknowledging that isn't weakness, it's growth. Now, make no mistake, some patterns and cycles linger not because you're doing something wrong, but because there's something that needs to be finished, something to understand. Sometimes it's not just our story that we're carrying, it's generational. Old chains, passed down beliefs, silent struggles, cycles that are asking you to be the one who breaks them, to bring awareness, healing, closure, to do a new thing. It's understanding that before release, there is completion. So, how do we spot it? How do you know you're stuck in a pattern? It's not always obvious because it often feels normal. You keep choosing different people but end up feeling the same hurt. You procrastinate when opportunities get close. You always play the role of the helper, then feel invisible or resentful. Or sometimes you're just always waiting for the right time, but the right time never comes. If something feels familiar but unfulfilling, that's the signal. That's the invitation to pause and look closer. But here's the good news: you can break the pattern, not by fixing yourself, but by understanding yourself deeply enough that your choices begin to align with the version of you you're meant to become, not the one shaped by conditioning, pain, or fear. Breaking them requires awareness, compassion, and consistency. So, where do you begin? You start by paying attention. Notice what keeps repeating, inside or outside. What feels stuck? Trace it back. Where did you first learn this? Who or what taught you this belief? Name the story. What are you telling yourself? Is it, I'm not enough unless I'm needed? Or if I try, I'll fail? Maybe if I do this, I'll lose everything. Or they won't understand me. Feel what you've been numbing. To help guide these things, you can start by journaling or deep intentional breaths, or simply be still. Give yourself time to reflect. Then offer yourself a new truth. Speak life into yourself. You can start with, I don't have to prove my value, or I'm not afraid to say yes to my dreams, or I am worthy. Name whatever that may be for you, and then make one new choice, just one. Set a boundary if you must. Say no. Take that risk. Let the new version of you lead, not the protective patterns shaped by old pain. Even surrounding yourself with people who reflect your growth and not the parts of you built for survival is a movement forward to breaking the pattern. Healing and closing old patterns doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be intentional. You don't have to do it all at once. You just have to start. I'll leave you with this. Breaking a pattern isn't about becoming someone new. It's about awareness and intention. Every time you choose to do something different, to move differently, every time you pause, reflect, or respond instead of react, even just once, you shift the pattern. And no, it won't be perfect, but it will be a powerful movement towards creating new outcomes. If you'd like a starting point, here's a journal prompt. What keeps repeating in my life, and how does it make me feel? That's not a question for shame, it's a question for liberation. Because you can't change what you don't name. Before we close, I invite you to continue the conversation with me. Listen to more episodes of Just a Conversation, where healing, truth, and authenticity always has a seat at the table. Join the Hey, Hi, How Are You movement, because checking in with yourself and others is a sacred act of presence. And if you're seeking deeper guidance, we offer open ear communication sessions. It's a safe space to be heard, supported, and gently guided through whatever season you're in. If you're ready for a conversation that meets you where you are, or if you want to explore other offerings, visit the website through the link in the description. And if you need something to hold the energy of this episode, I created a free fillable journal called Permission to Be. You can download it using the link in the description. Thank you so much for spending this time with me on Just a Conversation. Until next time, have the audacity to be authentically you. I'm Montreal, and this has been Jack.